All right, everybody. I know I haven't posted on this channel a bit, but I gotta talk about something today. This is very, very important, and it has to happen now. See, this came to me in a dream. I kind of just remembered that the Nickelodeon hit show Breadwinners existed. You guys remember Breadwinners? You guys remember that show with Sway Sway and Badooz, the two ducks that deliver bread in a rocket van? And that's the thing that that's like the premise of the show. They like deliver bread, and they're ducks. It's actually like kind of goated. Like, it's actually kind of goated with the sauce, as like the kids would say. So I want to talk about Breadwinners today. Now, I haven't seen any Breadwinners episodes in about 10 years, but there's this one specific episode I remember. I'm going to talk about that episode today. This is going to be an episode review, but only like 10 years recollection. So at first, I want to start off by addressing the controversy that has 100% been brought up by Breadwinners, and that is that are they ripping off Fanboy and Chum Chum? So on Fanboy and Chum Chum, you've got Fanboy and Chum Chum. On Breadwinners, you've got Sway Sway and Badooz. You've got somebody Chum Chum, which is the same word twice, and you've got Sway Sway, which is the same word twice. It's a bit of a coincidence, right? But they have like similar character designs as well. You've got the tall, skinny one, then the short, chubby one. Like, that's kind of interesting. Now, if Badooz and Sway Sway had their names swapped, then I would 100% consider that, yes, they would be copying, because it's just like Chum Chum, Sway Sway. It's the same thing, right? It's just too similar. Like, two dudes chilling in their house doing like one main thing. Like, we've never really seen that from any other show, right? It's only has to be like Fanboy and Chum Chum that they're copying. And don't get me wrong, Fanboy and Chum Chum is absolutely goated, right? It's absolutely goated. But we're talking about Breadwinners. We're talking about Breadwinners today. And here's the thing, as somebody who loves bread myself, like I look at bread and I'm like, that's some good bread. I even got a bread right next to me, actually. Just for the purpose of this video. I actually, it's actually stale. You can like, you hear that? That's like stale bread, right? It's really stale. Yeah, so that was actually delivered to me by Sway Sway and Badooz. Wanna know why? Because on the package, it literally says, from Sway Sway and Badooz. So I thought I'd talk about it today because they delivered me some bread and it turned out to be stale. Now, I'm pretty sure they would never deliver stale bread to me. Like, they are bread deliverers. That's what they do. It's their job. They're ducks. They eat bread. Even though you're not supposed to feed ducks bread, that's what they do, right? That's what they do. And the whole point of making this video is I wanted to talk about this episode from 10 years ago because they were just like, were brought back into mind because they delivered me this bread. Now, what we're going to be talking about is the episode called Food Fight Club, where Sway Sway and Badooz, they have to go stop this food fight club. So basically there is an illegal food fight club where they fight in this food club, and they like, I think they tear apart like food. They do something with food in the club where it's like bad, and Sway Sway and Badooz is like, you gotta go shut it down, right? But Sway Sway and Badooz, they do better than that. What they do is they actually become the leaders of the food fight club. Spoilers, they actually like get into a fight with like the head honcho of the food fight club, and they win because they're absolutely goated. Like, they are the goats. And when they win, they start singing Sway Sway and Badooz own food fight club. Like, they're popping off. Like, they know what they won. They get the pop off, and then guess what? The fuzz comes in. They get busted by the popo, and while they're singing their song, they get caught by the previous owner, who's like, oh, who owns Food Fight Club? Sway Sway and Badooz own Food Fight Club. And for some reason, that is stuck in my mind for like 10 years, even though I saw the episode 10 years ago. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I should say it's crazy. It's crazy quack. It's crazy quack. It's crazy because they can. It's absolutely nuts how they were goated with the sauce, and then they just got busted by the fuzz. Like, that's insane. Breadwinners deserve better than this. Sway Sway and Badooz, they deserve better than this. Like, they literally say, buckle up, duckies, because they want you to stay safe. Like, they remind you to wear your seatbelt at the start of the freaking show. Like, not only are they, like, really, really good at delivering good messages to children, such as getting the bread away from the ducks because you're not supposed to feed bread to ducks, but also to wear your seatbelt, and also to shut down illegal food fight clubs that waste bread or whatever, or like bet using bread. I honestly don't remember. It was like 10 years ago. It's, you know what I am also reminded of? There's also that one Hero 108 episode where there are these frogs that go re, 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 and they sing, but they're frogs. But that has nothing to do with the Breadwinners. I was just reminded of that as well. But I was reminded of the frogs. So yeah, that was like a really important episode of Hero 108, I think. But there are no ducks in Hero 108. Well, there are ducks in Breadwinners though, and the main characters are actually ducks. But to be honest with you all, the biggest reason why I am making this video is to find more Breadwinners fans. I need to find my fellow duckies, as the show would call it, and I need to eat bread with them. That is the thing. I need to start, like, you know, making a whole community about Breadwinners, because the show is just so awesome. If you guys any know other fellow duckies, hit me up. Hit me up in the Discord. Just hit me up about Breadwinners, bro. I could talk about Breadwinners for hours. We need a Breadwinners renewal. That's what we need. If we can get a Breadwinners renewal, that's all we'll need. And then there we go. We just farm content on the Breadwinners revival, and then we're good to go. So I think I've yapped your ear off enough. Go watch Breadwinners. Go subscribe to Breadwinners. Let's revive this show, bro. Let's revive this show because it has actual peak comedy with Sway and Badooz at the forefront. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go do anything except for watching Breadwinners. Bye.